Hi everyone, and welcome to another segment of AstrologyAnswers.com's weekly horoscope. My name is Terence Gardino. The week begins on Monday, July the 3rd, and it's going to be quite an eventful week with a lot of planetary events triggering. On Monday, there's no significant events other than the moon, which sets the tone for our moods, is in this more intense Scorpio. Scorpio energy is never casual. It can be passionate, it can be extreme. But on Tuesday, the 4th of July, which is a major holiday here in the United States, it's our Day of Independence. Communication Mercury is going to be in tension with rebellious Uranus. And this is a day where conversations could get very explosive. On the positive, your mind could be coming up with all kinds of inventive ideas, thinking out of the box. But the 4th of July is often a time when there is a lot of celebrating and alcohol, and with Mercury, Uranus can trigger impatient, impulsive conversations. So we want to be careful of keeping the temperature down. But on Wednesday, the sun, which puts a focus on the events of the day, is going to be excellent with Neptune and supported by Jupiter. It's going to be overall a very favorable day. The Sun-Neptune can trigger more of a long-term vision. The Sun-Neptune helps us be more empathetic and understanding of others. It can awaken the imagination. It would be very favorable for artists and performers and even healers, because Neptune is also an energy of healing. And then you add in the expansiveness with Jupiter. Now, Sun-Jupiter, you could be overdoing, over-expecting, but you're certainly going to have a lot of optimism. The one thing to keep in mind with the Sun-Neptune is that you could be having these lofty dreams, and the Jupiter could expand them and inflate them. So it can be a highly idealistic time. Just make sure with your head in the clouds that your feet are firmly planted on the ground in reality, and then you can make those dreams come true. On Friday, Mercury, Communication Mercury, is going to be very favorable with diplomatic Venus. This is also, so it's a good day for conversation. It's also creatively, because Venus is that planet of creativity, and Mercury is how you express yourself, whether this is speaking, writing. But this is overall a pleasant, which would be Venus, conversations, which is Mercury, as well as awakening creative ideas. As we go into the weekend, especially Saturday, which is the peak of the full moon, when a lot of matters that has been brewing for a few weeks all comes to a head, comes to culmination. It is often a time of when relationships can be very much tested, because the sun is opposite the moon. It's sort of like the masculine is opposite or in confrontation with the feminine. It can be a breakthrough time, but it also can shed light on what's not working and what needs to be let go. But I bring up this relationship dynamics because on Sunday, when the full moon is still strong in effect, the Sun will be in opposition or in confrontation to controlling powerful Pluto. This is a day that could trigger intense encounters with others. Often a day of power struggles where you're trying to manipulate somebody or somebody's trying to manipulate you, and therefore this can trigger a lot of intensities with relationships. So if there are any relationship issues that are troubling you, it could all explode this weekend on the negative. On the positive, it can bring these issues out into the light so you can really talk about it, and with the Sun Pluto, really get to the heart of it and transform the energy into a healing. So it's going to be quite an eventful week. Before I tune off, I want to remind you I'm available for the one-question offer for a nominal fee at the Astrology Answers website. You can find a direct link under the video if you're watching it at the website. And remember, the time of birth is really important to give the best, most accurate predictions. Even if you're telling me your mother told you you were born around lunchtime. I want to thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you next week for my next segment, and have a great and enjoyable week.